So we can start. I will go ahead and share the Mangalachan prayers, or you want to say something in the beginning?
Oh, yeah. I mean, once you have the prayers up, then I can say.
Okay.
Great. Thank you all. Hare Krishna. Welcome to ISKCON of Silicon Valley's Wednesday evening online Krishna Katha. I'm very grateful for each and every one of you for deciding to join today's session with ISKCON of Silicon Valley. Very, very grateful for also the folks who have kindly joined the Zoom meeting, and for those who will be viewing this session online on other channels. We will start with our invocation prayers, basically prayers of gratitude to our Guru Parampara, who have given us this opportunity to be together today. Om Ajnanatirmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tvam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Seeking the prayers and the blessings of all the devotees and the assembled Vaishnavas, we will now start off on our session for this evening. So can I go ahead and share, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu, please go ahead, Prabhu.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Prabhu, I can hear you. I can see your screen too.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Great. Welcome, everyone, once again for this this evening session on the aspiration is like next week. I think next or this coming Sunday, the most wonderful auspicious Karthik month is starting, which is Damodar, which is also called the Damodar month. Very auspicious for the Vaishnavas, and lots of devotees travel to India to be there in Karthik month in the very, very holy places of Vrindavan or Mayapur or Govardhan, and they stay there for almost the entire month, doing a lot of austerity tapasya, and sincerely praying for devotional services. So it's a beautiful opportunity. Somehow I feel Krishna has given this time. He's made it very, he's made it cyclical and linear. So every day the sun rises. So if you miss things today, again the sun rises tomorrow. Krishna gives us a reset time opportunity, and then every month goes by, and every year Karthik month comes. So we try to improve our devotional services. Even if we miss the last year, it again comes this year. And if we do whatever we can do this year, it again comes next year. Krishna giving us opportunities to better our devotional service. So in that way, we should be, I'm very, very grateful to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Radha and Krishna, for giving us this opportunity that Karthik month is again coming. So with that in view, I was trying to see how can I prepare myself for Karthik, and in general, how can devotees prepare themselves for Karthik so that they can maximize the discount offer that has been given. Like Karthik is like a discount offer, discount festival season, where any devotional service that we do, it gets amplified 1,000 times. But of course, there's also the other way. Like if any offenses we commit, it can also get amplified. So we try to avoid offenses. We try to not criticize devotees, but we try to focus on devotional service and perform devotional service in the various ways that is possible. And that way we can really amplify and our progress in bhakti, and really speed up our progress in bhakti. So that's the beautiful aspect of Karthik. And so to prepare for Karthik, today we thought we will discuss, or we will take us all through the Pushpaka Vimana parikrama, primarily because we are sitting here in America. We would like to fly straight down to Vrindavan and to Govardhan and do the parikrama there along with the devotees, and visit the holy places and kind of relish all of the devotional nectar that is flowing in from there, and try to use that to make our Karthik even more auspicious. So that's the goal of today's session. With that, I'll start off. So this is the preparing for Karthik, Pushpaka Vimana parikrama for Sri Vrindavan and Govardhan Dham. Okay, yeah. So are you guys ready? We are in the ISKCON of Silicon Valley here in North America. Many devotees are visiting already India, but I know some folks, like even for my own thing, like I was wondering, I have been to Govardhan and Vrindavan, at least Govardhan parikrama a couple of times, but just went through with the devotees. I wanted to get an overall picture of where is Govardhan, how is everything, how are all those places situated. So this is an attempt where we can try to see if we can understand the landscape behind Vrindavan. So we are here in ISKCON of Silicon Valley in North America, and our goal is to fly straight down. And we don't have an airport in Vrindavan, but we can in this parikrama, or in this Pushpaka Vimana parikrama, we can directly go into Vrindavan. Our destination is Vrindavan. We will try to access as much of Vrindavan as possible through the next 1 hour and 15-20 minutes, and then utilize it going forward. So just to take you guys a little bit more into the context of where exactly Vrindavan is. Vrindavan, as you see, is in the border of Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan. Actually, Govardhan, if you see, a part of Govardhan is into Rajasthan, and most of the part is in Uttar Pradesh. So that's the area that we will be going into. That's where so this gives another Google map view of exactly where is Vrindavan, what are the places around Vrindavan. We have Vrindavan here, we have Govardhan here, Radha-Kund here, and all of the other Vrajamandal places are all around this place, which now you compare this modern map, which is the modern Google map, compare it to our Vrajamandal parikrama map, which our acharyas have given, which has been there for a long time. It's almost the same. We have Mathura here, Vrindavan here, the holy Yamuna flowing here around Vrindavan, and then we have Govardhan, which is this entire stretch is Govardhan, all the way from Radha-Kund up to Punchri, and then all the other holy places of Vrajamandal are situated here. So if you want to do Vrajamandal parikrama, this is the entire stretch that we go through. But of course, today we will not have time to go through all of those things. So at least what we will try to do is we will go through we will go through Yamuna parikrama, and we will go through Govardhan parikrama as much as possible. Excuse me. And of course, Rajamandal is the Lord's, the land of Krishna's pastimes. So every moment in Vrindavan is very sacred. So we have to sincerely seek we sincerely seek and to be in a very prayerful mode as we enter Vrindavan and as we go around Vrindavan, because that way we will be able to go beyond the wheel of Maya and actually see the actual Vrindavan that is present. And it's also said that Vrindavan is like just as any country might have a consulate. Like for example, the United States of America might have a US consulate in India, and if you go to the US consulate in India, within that consulate everything will be just like as though it is in the United States, although that consulate is in India and everything around is India, but inside the consulate everything is United States of America. As as Vaisheshika Prabhu also clearly sometimes I've heard him say, like even the bottle of water is as an American bottle of water present there. Similarly, Goloka Vrindavan, which is there in the spiritual world, the consulate of that is the Vrindavan that is present in India right here, and everything is present there. Krishna is present, Radharani is present, and the most important devotees of Vrindavan, which is Vrindavan herself, and then Govardhan, and then Yamuna, and all the other devotees are present there. So to access this spiritual world within Vrindavan, the help that we need, or the means by which we can get through that, is through sincere hearing, sincere prayers, and the association of devotees and chanting of the holy names. With all of these aids with us, which Srila Prabhupada has kindly given to us, we will be able to understand, or we will be able to get a glimpse of the magic and the auspiciousness and the amazingness of Vrindavan. So with that said, we'll try to move forward. Yeah. So at this point, as Prabhuji was saying, we will start with Jai Radha Madhava, but today we'll start with another song. I'm here all alone sitting, and you guys and everyone is there in your own homes. So I was thinking more, instead of me singing and everyone else repeating, we'll have something going on right now with nice music, and all of us will chant along with this song. And this is a song because we were just kind of flying into Vrindavan now, and we'll start hearing and the bustling of Vrindavan cities. So we will try to get into that mood by going through this. So let me take us there. I request you all to sing along with it, so that way we will be able to really get into the mood of Sri Vrindavan.
Vrindavana Ramyasthana Divya Chintamani Dhama Ratana Mandira Manohara. चिन्तामणि धाम रतन मन्दिर मनोहार तारमध्ये हेमापीठ अष्टदले वेष्टित अष्टदले प्रधान नायिका तारमध्ये हेमापीठ अष्टदले वेष्टित अष्टदले प्रधान नायिका करमध्ये रत्नासने वशिया छे दुई जाने श्याम संगे सुंदरी राधिका करमध्ये रत्नासने वशिया छे दुई जाने श्याम संगे सुंदरी राधिका वृंदावन रम्य स्थान दिव्य चिंतामणि धाम रतन मंदिर मनोहार लावण्यराशि आमिया परिचय खासि हास्य परिहास संभाषणे लावण्यराशि आमिया परिचय खासि हास्य परिहास संभाषणे नरोत्तम दास कोय नित्य लीला सुखमय सदाई स्फुरक मोर माने नरोत्तम दास कोय नित्य लीला सुखमय सदाई स्फुरक मोर माने वृंदावन रम्य स्थान दिव्य चिंतामणि धाम रतन मंदिर मनोहार हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण
with that. Thank you. I hope you guys got into the mood of Sri Vrindavan. I hope the audio was okay.
Yes, Prabhu, it was wonderful. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you.
We feel like going to Vrindavan now.
Thank you. That's perfect. That's the final goal of this session. Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. Really great. Thank you. So with that, we will now try to go through some of the parikrama primarily. So as I see it, the parikrama is like reading Srimad Bhagavatam. Like one devotee, actually, I can tell them. Amrendra Prabhu one time told me of how I could read how I could read Srimad Bhagavatam. He said that because usually it has 12 cantos. I mean, all the time actually, it has 12 cantos and lots of verses. So the one way to do it is go through and read all the translations from Canto 1 all the way up to Canto 12, complete it one round, fully all the translations. One time we have read Srimad Bhagavatam like that, gone through all the cantos, then we come back and we start again from first canto, first chapter, first verse. Now we read the translation and the purports together, and slowly we can keep going forward. And then again, sometimes in third canto and fourth canto, when it is tough to understand, it's very scientific, you still continue reading, you still persist reading it, go through the entire Bhagavatam, then come back the third time and then reread it and keep going deeper and deeper. So that's the way we actually enter into our Shastras. We keep on reading them, we keep on again and again going into them, and that will automatically please us. So similarly, when we are trying to enter a Dham, again, we can like go through, as we do, for example, Govardhan Parikrama, we can go through the entire Govardhan, just keep on walking and chanting and entire thing. And then maybe the next time we go around, we will start going into each and every place, just at least start paying obeisance at each and every temple. Then maybe next time we go around, we might go there and we might hear about the pastimes and how, where and what in each place, what are the different things that happen. So we can go deeper and deeper and deeper when we're trying to do parikrama. So in this today's session also, we'll try to go through something like that. Yeah, so we will first go through overall parikrama and aerial parikrama, and as we are flying at, hopefully we are flying there. As we are flying there, I will be your narrator and I will take you through like the next 10 minutes. There will be again another video which will be seeing the entire aerial parikrama of Vrindavan. But along with that, I'll try to narrate and bring up the importance of Vrindavan, because in our parampara, we don't only believe in seeing, but actually we believe a lot more in hearing. When we hear about the pastimes of Krishna, it directly enters into our heart through our ears. So we'll try to achieve both of these things together for some time, and then at the next level, we'll go a little bit deeper and we'll go and visit each and every place, at least a few places. I mean, all of the places in Vrindavan we cannot cover today, but at least a few places in around Yamuna River. We will visit those places and understand and hear about the pastimes of those places and move forward as we go. So let me start this second one. And this one, we can go a little bit faster. So yeah, as you are flying over Vrindavan, we will try to understand a little bit more about Vrindavan, Vrajamandal. The Vrajamandal, as I mentioned, I look through my notes. As I mentioned, is the land of Krishna's pastimes. Every moment of Vrindavan is sacred. Sincere seekers of the essence of life, they visit Vrindavan. They are trying to be there in Vrindavan. They are trying to every year. I mean, sometimes you do a parikrama 1 year, but we see that great Vaishnavas and many devotees do parikrama every year on a regular basis. It's not that one time they have done a parikrama of Vrindavan or Govardhan and it's done. No, they go every year there to try to achieve the mercy of Srimati Radharani. That's the essence of going to the holy places of like Vrindavan or Mayapur. And Vrindavan is non-different from Krishna. And also Radharani is Vrindavaneshwari. She is the queen of Vrindavan. As you can see, this is a very beautiful amazing Vrindavan out there for us. And but of course, we have to enter into the mood of, into the right mood when we are trying to go to Vrindavan. And we have to see primarily through our ears. I mean, we should have eagerness to hear, eagerness to chant, and eagerness to serve. These are the three big key things that we need to hold with us when we enter into this beautiful land of Vrindavan. Eagerness to serve, eagerness to hear, and eagerness to chant, and keep an enthusiasm. And at one point, Srila Prabhupada was asked, I think one question, I heard it from my spiritual master, where one question as to, I don't have enthusiasm, Prabhupada, so what should I do? Then Prabhupada said, even if you don't have enthusiasm, act enthusiastic. When you act enthusiastic and try to push yourself in that way, then automatically enthusiasm will come in and we can move forward. So now about Vrindavan itself, like why do we give so much importance to Vrindavan? Around 1515, in the month of November and December, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, who is Lord Chaitanya, who is Radha and Krishna personified together just 500 years before he appeared on this planet, and who is the starter of the Sankirtan movement, he himself went to Vrindavan in 18 November and December time frame. He could spend only 2 months in Vrindavan, and then he came back. Of course, this is after he took sannyas, and he wanted to go to Vrindavan and actually spend his entire time in this beautiful land of Vrindavan. At that point of time, of course, it was not as much populated, as much excavated. Nothing was there except the forest, except the 12 forests in Vrindavan. Nothing was there. And so he wanted to go and spend in these beautiful ghats of Vrindavan. He wanted to spend time there, and he wanted to get into the pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and be there. But then, of course, his mother, Sachimata, pleaded with him, saying that now, if you go to Vrindavan, it is going to be far, far away. We will not get to hear from you at all. The same Vrindavan, the same Krishna is residing as Jagannath, Lord Jagannath in Jagannath Puri, and that Jagannath Puri is very close to us. So why don't you live here? Please stay here, and so that we will get to know continuously about you. And so on the request of his mother, Lord Chaitanya, who became a renunciate that time, he renounced his dream of going and staying in Vrindavan, and he decided to stay in Jagannath Puri. But then what did he do? He sent two of his closest disciples, two of his closest students, Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Sanatana Goswami. In 1516, he sent them with an instruction primarily to Vrindavan to excavate the holy places, to three things. One, to excavate all these different holy places that are there, because at that point of time, many of the things were just forest, right? So, and many of the deities were also hidden, and because of the invasions of the Mughals and things like that. So pretty much Vrindavan was very covered. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Sanatana Goswami to go to Vrindavan, excavate the holy places, establish temples, and write scriptures to establish devotional services, to establish bhakti. And that was the starting of the beautiful time of when Vrindavan started to reappear in front of all of our eyes. And as you see, there is Yamuna going on the left, and then the Vrindavan town on the right side. An amazing place that's happening there. So Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami came here. They spent 15 or 16 years hard work. They spent here 16 years of hard work, and Srila Rupa Goswami brought out his book, the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which is the nectar of devotion. And in that, he prescribed all the different items of devotional service, 64 different ways of devotional service, of which 5 of them are very, very prominent. He himself has mentioned 5 of them are very, very prominent. And those, okay, I'll stop. Yeah, we can continue. Actually, we can see this also as I go. This is the beautiful view of Sri Krishna Balaram Mandir, which the Prabhupada established. Amazing place to be in Vrindavan. Okay, just coming back to my narration. So there are 5 potent ways of devotional service. One is chanting of the holy names. Second is hearing of Srimad Bhagavatam. Third is worshipping of deities. Serving the Vaishnavas is the 4th one. And 5th one is worshipping and serving the holy places of pilgrimage. These are the 5 potent devotional limbs by which, and actually practicing any one of them or practicing all of them, we can become amazing devotees. And that is the goal of the month of Karthik. Actually, that's the goal for the entire year. But in Karthik especially, we can go even more deeper in all of these things, in chanting of the holy names, or in hearing more and more of Srimad Bhagavatam, serving the Vaishnavas, serving the cows, beautiful Surabhi Mata, as you can see here, and serving the deities and serving the Vaishnavas, and worshipping and serving the holy places of pilgrimage. So those are the primary ways of devotional service. And when Krishna, where Krishna has performed, I mean, this is the Dham is a place where Krishna himself performed all of the performed his pastimes, and he's deposited all of his potency in Vrindavan. He has all of these different pastimes of Krishna that we talk about, like the different ghats, the different kunds that we will speak about and go over in Vrindavan. Everywhere Krishna has deposited his potency, and if we go and hear and pray sincerely in all of these places, we can tap into that potency and actually make our connection to Krishna even more stronger through this aspect of devotional service. So as you can see here, Vrindavan, beautiful Yamuna, and this is where this is Srila Prabhupada's writing himself, that I'm sitting in New York, the world's greatest city, but my heart is always hankering after Vrindavan. So we can be here, we can be anywhere in the world, but our heart can be in Vrindavan if we follow the instructions of our spiritual master, instruction of our founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Actually, that's a prayer for my own self that I can sincerely follow in his footsteps. So with that, every year, Karthik is a year time to come and do all these 5 devotional practices. So that now we can continue in our parikrama. So we will start with the time that is allotted to us. It's already, yeah, we have about an hour. So we will try to do some amount of few places around the Yamuna River where different pastimes of Krishna have occurred, and then we will transition to Sri Govardhan Dham, and then we will do a small parikrama. I mean, we will do an aerial parikrama of Govardhan Dham, and we will also visit some of the important places around Govardhan Dham. As I mentioned, there are innumerable places all around Yamuna, Vrindavan, in the entire Vrajamandal, like where Krishna might have performed different pastimes. It's will not be practically possible for us, but someday maybe we will go with our spiritual masters to beautiful yatras, and we can take part in there. But today we will at least touch a few of the places, connect to Vrindavan in different ways, and try to get that energy and utilize it to make our Karthik stronger. With that, yeah. The first thing I was told also before we start into the advent of Yamuna, as is mentioned here, the first thing is to understand the mood or the way, how should one enter Vrindavan. One should enter Vrindavan in the same way Sri Krishna entered. He gives up basically his position of being the Supreme Lord, and as a simple person, to relish the love of Brajavasis, he comes as a simple cowherd boy into Vrindavan. That is the same mood with which we enter into Vrindavan. We come in the mood of humility, service, surrender, to basically take shelter of the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna, in the mood of begging for service and begging for their mercy. In that mood, when we do away with all our material, material hats, like many other devotees say that I wear this hat, I wear that hat during the course of my day. But in Vrindavan, we remove all our hats and we go as a simple Vaishnava with the mood of humility, service, surrender, and we try to adopt the divine consciousness. And in that divine consciousness, we can enter into Vrindavan. And with that kind of consciousness, with that kind of a service mode, if we enter, then we will not be seeing the externalities. We will not be seeing the external waves, that the way different modes are populating the outside atmosphere in Vrindavan. We will not be carried away with those waves, but we will get a chance to enter into the actual, into the subtle, into the more the actual bliss of being in Vrindavan. So sincerely praying for humility and service mode, we will start our parikrama. The first thing is we'll talk about shortly about the advent of Yamuna. So as I heard, I mean, whatever I request to present here is what I've heard from our acharyas, what I've heard from senior devotees, and I'm just simply trying to cut, copy, and paste like just repeating in parampara. I'm trying to repeat it. So yeah, with that said, yes, let's move forward. So in Yamuna was born in Goloka. So it is said that Krishna basically Krishna expanded and Radharani, and then he expanded into the Sakis. And in Goloka, when Radharani and the Sakis, they at one point of time they did the Rasa Lila, and with Krishna. And at that point of time, divine sweat emanated from all of their bodies, and that sweat, divine sweat, collected into a big pond. After the Rasa dance, and Srimati Radharani was so enamored by seeing that divine sweat and divine pond. She was absolutely in ecstasy, and so she called into Krishna and said, Krishna, can we make this, can we give this lake a river form, so that we can have all our pastimes in there? And that is when Krishna transformed that lake into the river Yamuna, and that's how Yamuna appeared in Goloka. And then, of course, when Kamsa and all the other Kshatriyas were, the bad Kshatriyas were troubling Mother Earth with their atrocities, and things were becoming too tough for Mother Earth. She went to the demigods, and the demigods went to Brahmaji. Brahmaji took all of them went to Lord Vishnu, and they prayed, saying that, can you please help us? Then Lord Vishnu said, yes, I will. As my original form, Krishna himself is going to appear in sometime in earth, and he's going to take care of all of these demons. And at that point of time, Krishna said, okay, I will be going now to the earth planet. And he said, Radharani, please, you should also come with me. Radharani said that I will only come if these three devotees come along with us. One is Yamuna, second is Vrindavan, third is Govardhan. If all of these come, all of these three devotees come, then I will descend with you, or I will descend with you into the material world. And that's how the partial Vrindavan which is the entire the actual Goloka Vrindavan, partial Vrindavan is present here on earth in India, and the entire Yamuna, the entire Vrindavan, and the entire Govardhan is present here. And that's how Mother Yamuna, she appeared in Goloka, and then she adventured, of course, into the material world here for all of us. And especially the main reason for that is Radharani wanted to take the services of all these three devotees to serve Krishna as best as she can during the time she's there along with Krishna in Vrindavan. So that's where all of them come together. That's the one aspect of the advent of Yamuna. With that, very close there in Yamuna Ghat, there is one place called the Imli Thala. Imli Thala is a place where there's a tamarind tree, and it is said here that when Krishna was there, when Krishna and Radharani were there originally in Vrindavan, Krishna used to come here and wait for Radharani and pray and wait for her. And then when during Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he came to Vrindavan, he used to sit under this Imli Thala tree, and he used to continuously pray. Yes, he used to continuously, sincerely meditate on of course, the holy names of Radha and Krishna. And when he was sincerely meditating, at one point of time, his golden complexion transformed into the darkish blue complexion of Krishna himself, because he's Radharani, he's Krishna himself, covered with the potency of Radharani. But here that in the bhava brought out the Krishna from within, and that's why this Imli Thala place is very significant for all Vaishnavas to visit. And what we are told, it's a place where we can at least what we can learn from this place is to chant with absorption. The amazing absorption with which Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chanted here, the same thing we can pray when we go to this place in Imli Thala in Vrindavan. We can go to this place and sincerely pray, or actually even now, because we are seeing the place, we can sincerely pray that we can chant with absorption, chant with sincerity. That's one of the nicest things of Imli Thala. And okay, after Imli Thala, we will go to Chirghat. So Chir Ghat is another is a ghat again very close to the Yamuna where Yamuna is flowing. This is the exact tree that is there, and you see there are lots of clothes people have tied in there, and they pray to this tree. It's said that Krishna himself was this tree has been there since then. Yeah, but of course it is this is a place where this is one of the controversial pastimes of Krishna which people do not understand. But if you come under Vaishnava Sampradaya or under the proper spiritual master, and if you understand it, then we have a clear-cut understanding here that here basically the gopis were performing the Katyayini Vrata for 30 days. They were very sincerely fasting, eating very very little, and then taking bath every day in neck deep or in the entire body within Yamuna. And 30 days they fasted, and they did this Katyayani Vrata primarily to have Krishna as their husband. And so at the end of 30 days, Krishna comes on this bank, and he steals the clothes of the gopis, and then he basically then makes them come up and take the clothes. And in that way, he actually accepted all of the gopis as his wives. So this is the beauty of this pastime, that Krishna, they sincerely wanted Krishna to be their husband, and Krishna reciprocated and accepted them as his wives in this particular place called Chir Ghat. This is also another beautiful place, another potent place where we can sincerely offer our prayers and to get pure devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So with that, we'll move to our next spot. This is the Kaliya Ghat. As you can all see, this Kaliya Ghat right now, this is one of the deities there. And of course, the Yamuna is in time, its course has changed a bit. So it is wherever this temple is there in Kaliya Ghat in Vrindavan right now, that temple, the Yamuna is a little bit away from this Kaliya Ghat, but still the entire the same place, the tree, everything is present, and people come here with umpteen devotion. It's also an intense place because a very beautiful pastime happened here in Kaliya Ghat. We will try to go through that pastime a little bit here. There was once, of course, Garuda, as we all know, is the carrier of Lord Vishnu, and he was once basically Shaubri Muni kind of cursed him to not come in this area, because Shaubri Muni was actually meditating within the waters in this area, and some of the fishes came to him and told him that Garuda is continuously coming and devouring us, so we are not able to live here. So Shaubri Muni, he didn't think too much, but then he said that I'm going to give shelter to all of you guys. I'll protect you all, so don't worry. But still, because Garuda came and took away one fish, he was very upset, and he cursed Garuda to never come. Of course, such kind of curses does not take any effect on Garuda, but still Garuda accepted it and he stopped coming here. But of course, there was because of which Kaliya, who was also afraid of Garuda, he took shelter in this place in the Yamuna River. He took shelter here and he started living here. So now, of course, Krishna, as the Paramatma, he knows this as what is happening. And Krishna, and slowly but slowly, Kaliya started to poison the waters, and because of his poison, slowly, then the river Yamuna started to get polluted and poisoned. And at one point of time, it so happened that even Krishna's friends were called the cow, and it affected the friends, and it affected the cows, whoever were residing in this area. And the pastime goes forward, but I'll take a quick tutor and bring out what some of the acharyas have told us, that our tongue is like this, like the serpent. So when we criticize and fault find with others, we basically are emanating poison, just like Kaliya. So the antidote, or the way to not criticize and find fault with anyone else, is to make the holy names dance upon our tongues. So to chant sincerely. If we chant sincerely, if we chant with complete devotion, then automatically that's an antidote for criticism and fault finding. And we can move away from criticism and fault finding towards appreciating, glorifying, and serving others. simply by chanting of the holy names. So by chanting or chanting the Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, we can transform ourselves. We can transform our inner hearts to be more in the positive direction. Just a small thing. Now coming back to Krishna's pastime. One time it happened that Krishna and his cowherd boyfriends were playing ball. Basically, they call it the Gend, and the village they were playing the Gend is also called as Gendoha. Nice, beautiful name, Gendoha. So that's where Krishna and his cowherd boyfriends were playing ball. And at one point of time, Krishna put the ball so high that it went and came and fell straight into the river Yamuna, where Kalia was residing. And of course, at this point of time, the cowherd boy said that no, I want this same particular ball. Krishna said, I can give you any other ball, but no, the cowherd boy said, no, I want the same ball. So of course, Krishna knew he actually did it on purpose because he wanted to teach Kalia a lesson. So he came here and he went up the Kadamba tree. Again, there is one little history associated to the Kadamba tree. During the time the Samudra Manthan Leela happened, when the nectar came out from the Samudra Manthan, Garuda actually carried that nectar and he came here to Vrindavan and he dropped a few drops into the Kadamba tree and into the area around this Kadamba tree here. So because of that, although the poison of Kalia was spreading all over in this lake, this particular area was very lush and green because Garuda had already knew that Krishna is going to perform the pastime here, and therefore he gave it some nectar here. And Krishna at this point came up, walked up this tree, and then dove straight into Yamuna. And of course, then he found Kalia, and there was a super fight, and then Krishna finally emerged victorious, and he danced on the beautiful, and he danced on the dangerous fangs of Kalia. And this again, another small story exists, wherein one time Krishna was walking in a very gateful way, like very dancey way in Vrindavan, and the gopis said, yeah, don't try to act so much. All what you know is what Radharani has taught you. No, and then Krishna said, no. I know, it's all coming from me. I can dance in whichever way you want. Then the gopis told him, okay, then do something extraordinary and show it to us. And then Krishna told them that, okay, shortly I will do something extraordinary. And this was the same extraordinary act, because when we usually dance, we dance on a stable platform. But here, Krishna was dancing on the moving coils of the Garuda. Like every coil was going in this way, and you don't know which coil will come from which way. But Krishna was amazingly dancing, stamping on each and every head of fang of Garuda, and that only the Supreme Personality of Godhead can do this beautiful dance. And that was the Kalia, and that's all happened at this particular beautiful place of Kalia Ghat. And of course, afterwards we know there are lots of demons Krishna killed in Vrindavan, but only Kalia is one of the few demons he forgives. And that also there's a moral for us to take up from there, because the servants of the wives of Kalia, who were devotees of Krishna, they came and they prayed to Krishna that please, he's got mad after this. So please, now he has recovered after all of your dancing on him. So please forgive him. So because they prayed to him, Krishna forgives Kalia, and he does not kill him. Similarly, what we can learn is, if anyone is connected to a devotee of Krishna in a relationship, then they will also get benefited. Like if we are connected in some way to some devotee, then Krishna will have some extra mercy on us, because Krishna always likes to keep his devotees happy. So that's another lesson that we could learn from the Kalia Ghat pastime. Okay, we'll go a little bit faster. This is Gopeshwar Mahadev. The Gopeshwar Mahadev is Lord Shiva himself. This is another beautiful pastime. This is the actual deity of Gopeshwar Mahadev, who is residing at the banks of Yamuna. And at one point of time, Lord Shiva was always meditating on Krishna. He wanted to come and take part in Rasa Leela. But when he entered the Rasa Mandali, or he was entering close to the Rasa Mandali, Lalita Vishaka told him that no, there is no other no other masculine personality present here. It's only Krishna. Everybody is feminine around him. Krishna is the enjoyer. Everybody else is Prakriti around him. And so you cannot come. So then Lord Shiva was like, I want to take part in this. What can I do? Then the gopis told him, the only way you can come is if you become a gopi. And Lord Shiva didn't even think of anything. He said, tell me, how can I become a gopi? And then let me see. Yeah. So the gopis told him that you have to go to Mansarovar and take a bath in Mansarovar and then come. So Lord Shiva right away went to Mansarovar. He went inside Mansarovar, took a bath, and when he came out, he was a gopi. And when he came out and he came to the gopis, they were all laughing, because although Lord Shiva had the enthusiasm and the ecstatic thing, and therefore he became a gopi, but the snakes around him, they didn't have all those things. So it was a gopi which was dressed with all the snakes and all around it. So that's the same murti that you see here. But then at this point of time, after, of course, the snakes were removed, the gopi, which is Lord Shiva, she was allowed entrance into Rasa Mandali, and she personally was allowed to serve Radha and Krishna. And even today, Lord Shiva resides as Gopeshwar Mahadev, who is the protector of Kshetrapal. Basically, they call Kshetrapal, like he's the protector of the Dham. So if you see, that's why if you go to many different places in Vrindavan or in Mayapur, you will see Lord Shiva is always present there, because he's present as the protector of the Dham, and he's always wants to be close to where the pastimes of Krishna take place. And from this, in this particular place, what we can learn from Gopeshwar Mahadev when we see Gopeshwar Mahadev is to get the eagerness to serve Krishna, because that's what Lord Shiva was willing to do anything. He was even willing to give up his body and to get another gopi's body so that he can serve Krishna. And that's the eagerness that we can pray for when we visit Gopeshwar Mahadev in the temple. And even right now we are visiting Gopeshwar Mahadev. He's right in front of us, so we can sincerely pray that we can get the eagerness to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead in whatever way he wants us to serve him. And that eagerness we can be looking for. Okay, with that, we'll go to one more place, which is the Keshi Ghat. Okay, I think I missed one place. Okay, I think we wanted to talk about Brahmanda Ghat, but yeah, we'll directly go to Keshi Ghat. Keshi Ghat is another beautiful place. It's again very close. Actually, it's this ghat is very much accessible, and this is where the Yamuna Arati happens in the Keshi Ghat. And this is a place where Krishna killed the Keshi demon. So this is again another beautiful pastime of Krishna, where Kamsa is continuously sending demons to attack Krishna. And one such demon which Kamsa sends has this ability to transform. Of course, I mean, my kids these days watch these Transformers. All of these Transformers techniques and all that stuff actually comes from our spiritual from Krishna's pastimes. So this person Keshi this demon Keshi could actually transform himself into a huge horse, and he did that. And he with being that huge horse, his head was almost touching the sky. So he was such big, and he came with fierce galloping fast to Vrindavan, and this is where he met Krishna. And then of course they had a amazing fight. And then Krishna, first of course he was trying to first with his hoofs trying to hit Krishna. Then Krishna caught him with his hoofs and sprang him for a long distance. And of course then the Keshi again came galloping forward, and then finally Krishna put his fist into the mouth of Keshi and expanded his fist. And when he expanded his fist, the fist was so hard that Keshi choked, and finally his life air left him, and he was dead. And this is where the wonderful pastime of killing the Keshi demon happens, and this is the Keshi Ghat. Okay, yeah. And what, as I see from my notes, what our acharyas make us learn from this particular place is to basically, this is a place where we can pray to Krishna to make us rid of our pride, because Keshi represented pride. he was a proud demon. He said he could assume such a huge form, and he could do so many things, but Krishna pulverized his pride. And so this is where we can sincerely pray that Krishna slowly but surely removes away our pride, and so that we can be in all humility, serve the Vaishnavas, serve the devotees, and take shelter of the holy Dham. So that's Keshi Ghat. And before we go away from Yamuna towards Govardhan, we'll just quickly take darshan of two very, very beautiful deities of Vrindavan. The first one is what we see here, Shri Radha-Shyam Kund, the self-manifested deity, amazingly beautiful deity, charming, and the way he's served by the devotees in Vrindavan, the Brajvasis, is amazing. I was just a few months back in Vrindavan, and staying there in front of Radha-Shyam Kund and waiting to get his darshan. And when the darshan opens, just getting his darshan is just amazing. So I request you all to sincerely pray to this beautiful lordship, Shri Radha-Shyam Kund, to bless us to take shelter of Karthik Mass and really empower ourselves to become good devotees. And then another beautiful deities is none other than Shri Krishna Balaram from Shri Krishna Balaram Mandir, which Srila Prabhupada established. These deities are so beautiful. Actually, when I heard in one of the lectures that when this temple was being was opened and it was there, one of the Vrajavasis who knew Prabhupada, he actually came to visit Prabhupada in Krishna Balaram Mandir, and Prabhupada was in quarters, and this devotee did not come to his quarters for a long time actually. And after a long time, he came to the quarters, and Prabhupada asked him, "What happened? You came to the temple, but you didn't come to meet me for such a long time." Then he told Prabhupada, "Oh, Prabhupada, actually, I have been searching. I have been living in Vrindavan, and I have been searching for Krishna Balaram all my life. But here I come, and I see that you have caught them with your love and devotion. You have caught Krishna Balaram here, and you have kept them in this temple." And then Prabhupada got a kind of a confirmation that actually Krishna Balaram is residing in Shri Krishna Balaram Mandir in Vrindavan. So that same beautiful Krishna Balaram is whom we are taking darshan of today. And yeah, this is the most beautiful brother couple. So we should take their shelter. So having taken all their darshan, next let's move. It's about 8, so we have just another half an hour time. We would like to go to Govardhan. This is so we did a little bit of parikrama of Yamuna. Now we will try to fly over to Sri Govardhan Dham. Sri Giriraj Govardhan ki jai. And as you can see here, Govardhan is this entire land. Is this mountain? This entire mountain. This piece is what is Govardhan. It's said that Govardhan is in the form of a peacock. His head is out here, and the eyes of Govardhan are Radha Kund and Shyam Kund. His body is the entire Govardhan town here, and his tail is where the Puchrika Lota Baba temple is there. So this entire area is what is Govardhan. And when we do Govardhan parikrama, this is what is the Govardhan parikrama we do, and it's always done with keeping Govardhan on our right. So we start from I'll tell you, but we'll follow just like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did. We will start from Manasi Ganga, and we will go down. We will come across the village of Anior. That's a beautiful pastime there. Once we cross the village of Anior, then we come to Puchrika Lota Baba. Then we turn around, and then we go up. We come to Jatipura. This is where Madhavendra Puri used to live. And then Mukharavind is there. And then we come back to Manasi Ganga. We go up. And then we go up to Radha Kund, Shyam Kund. Then we come to Manasi River, and then we will come back to Govardhan. That's the entire parikrama, what all of the devotees do in Govardhan Dham. And Govardhan Dham is so amazing. Like, there are different ways people do parikrama of Govardhan. One is simply pada sevanam, like just by walking. I mean, some of the things to do while doing any parikrama in Govardhan or Vrindavan is, first things, if possible, if you can do it, do not wear any slippers or any protection for your feet. Our feet should directly touch the land or the dham, because we do not want to stamp the dham with with footwear. So we directly then Padasevanam, basically with our feet, we walk over this then, and we do the yatra and do the parikrama. Of course, people who cannot walk or who cannot do, they can always wear their slippers and things like that and go. And who cannot even walk, they can always go in a vehicle and at least do parikrama in that way. And then there are other devotees who do amazing different levels of parikrama in Govardhan. There is something called as the Dandavat parikrama, where every point the devotee will stand, do a Dandavat, keep a stone where his hand reaches, walk up to there, and then again do a Dandavat, and again do a Dandavat. And like that, he does a Dandavat parikrama of the entire Govardhan Dham. And this Govardhan Dham, if you see here, this is about 7 kosas in length in the whole round. So it's about 21 kilometers. And I heard some people say that Dandavat parikrama, it takes them about, I mean, if you walk and do parikrama, it takes about 4 hours to 5 hours, the entire Govardhan parikrama. But if you do Dandavat parikrama, it takes about, they can do up to 3 kilometers every day. And because it's 21 kilometers, they do approximately in 7 days. So people just go to Govardhan, stay there, and then do over the 7 days or 9 days period, they do the Dandavat parikrama. And then there are even further devotees, like looking at their devotion, I can't, I mean, it's just hard to see what kind of devotion they have. They, at every place, they do 108 Dandavat parikrama. In the sense, at every place they stand, they do 108 times Dandavat. Then they move one Dandavat forward, and then again do 108 times, and then keep on doing like that, and the entire parikrama of Govardhan. And that we can see what kind of love, what kind of devotion they might be having to do this thing. So that's the magic, and that's the attraction of Krishna. That is Krishna's attraction. We just need to somehow remove the coverings that are there on our hearts, then our soul can get attracted to Krishna, and just in that way. So our prayers should be like that to enter Giriraj Govardhan. So with that, we will start Shri Govardhan Parikrama with this beautiful prayer to Shri Govardhan. I request you all to repeat after me, maybe 3 times. Namaste Girirajaya Govardhana Namine Ashesha Klesha Nashaya Paramananda Daine. Namaste Girirajaya Govardhana Namine Ashesha Klesha Nashaya Paramananda Daine. Namaste Girirajaya Govardhana Namine Ashesha Klesha Nashaya Paramananda Daine. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the King of Mountains, whose name is Govardhan. He destroys unlimited miseries and bestows the highest bliss. That's the beautiful aspect of Shri Govardhan Dham, Shri Govardhan Ji. And yes, we'll start. Nice. Okay, the same thing we will do. Okay, yeah. Maybe I'll first take you through a little bit pastime of Govardhan Dham Ji, Govardhan Ji. Govardhan Ji also appeared in Goloka Vrindavan from the chest of Krishna. Basically, Radharani wanted a secluded place for the pastimes that she could have with Krishna, and therefore from the chest of Krishna, Govardhan expanded in Goloka Vrindavan, and that's how Govardhan appeared there. And again, as Srimati Radharani had mentioned about Yamuna Devi, she also wanted Govardhan to be part of her, to appear on earth, so that it will help her in her service to Krishna. So, and Govardhan is called the Haridasa Varya. Basically, Haridasa is the servant of Krishna, and Haridasa Varya means the topmost of all the servants of Krishna. He serves Krishna in so many different ways, and he serves the devotees who serves Krishna, and that is why he's called as the servant, or the topmost of all servants of Krishna, because he pretty much gives up everything for the service of Krishna and his devotees, so that Krishna can be pleased by everyone. So that's the beautiful thing. And how Govardhan appeared, or at least on earth, is that Govardhan was born as the son of Dronagiri. So he was very beautiful, high, tall mountain with amazing waterfalls and beautiful forests, and all around Govardhan, amazingly beautiful mountain he appeared. Then at that point of time, there was a rishi called Pulastya Muni. Pulastya Muni was doing his devotion in his meditation in Kashi, and in Kashi there was no mountain, and it's generally for rishis to have mountains is nice for them to do their meditational practices and their devotional services. So he wanted to get a mountain there. And so he visited Dronagiri, and he saw Govardhan was so beautiful. He said that can I take him with me to Kashi? Of course, Dronagiri could not reject it, but Govardhan, as a young boy, Govardhan said, I will come with you, no problem. You can carry me, but only on one condition. If you ever keep me down anywhere you keep me down, I will not move from there. And that is that's okay with you, then I'll come with you. And that's what happened. And the Pulastya Muni agreed, and he carried Govardhan. He carried Govardhan all the way, I think, from the Himalayas. He was carrying them towards Kashi. But then when he was flying over this land of Vrindavan, which you see is around in the middle of India, when he was flying in the middle of in Vrindavan, Govardhan knew this is the place that he wants to be in. Is meant to be in Vrindavan. And his devotional ecstasy increased like anything, and that devotional ecstasy covered over the mystical power of the Pulastya Muni, because Pulastya Muni was mystically carrying Govardhan. So that covered the mystical power of Pulastya Muni, and somehow Pulastya Muni wanted to attend to the call of nature. And because he wanted to attend to the call of nature, he forgot the promise he gave Govardhan, and he kept Govardhan in Vrindavan, near Vrindavan, as you know. And he attended his nature's call, and then he came back and he tried to lift Govardhan. He could not lift Govardhan, because now no way Govardhan was going to move from Sri Vrindavan Dham. And Pulastya Muni was so upset that he could not get this mountain to Kashi. He actually cursed Govardhan that every day you will shrink in size by the size of a mustard seed. And Govardhan was no problem. He was so high and so tall, he didn't bother. He said, I only want Krishna's pastime. I only want to serve Krishna. Does not matter if you become small. And that's why if you see right now, Govardhan, every day he's going down by a size of a mustard seeds. And that's why we might not see, when we see, physically, we might see, Govardhan is not a very big mountain, is just like a hill, but it's actually very big mountain. But of course, with the curse of the Pulastya Muni slowly going on, but still the potency of Govardhan is still there. He's still existing. And for our lifetimes, for sure, he's going to be existing. So we should take shelter of Govardhan Ji as nicely as is possible. So with that said, yeah, and we will do a quick aerial parikrama as promised of Govardhan Dham also. And as your stewardess or whatever, steward or something, I will try to narrate a little bit more pastimes of Govardhan Ji as we see this parikrama of Govardhan, and then we'll get into some of the holy places around Govardhan where we can understand some of the pastimes. We have about 10-20 minutes, so I'll try to go fast now. So we will see this one. Again, a beautiful rendering by one of the devotees. This is all these videos have been taken. I'm very grateful to all the devotees who have done it, but this is one particular devotee who is the disciple of His Holiness Indradhamna Maharaj. He takes care of handling all the audio system, all the sound system, all the sound, everything for the Sadhu Sangha retreat that happens, for the Woodstock Poland retreats that happen. Amazing devotee, very, very talented. So we are very grateful to him for giving us these amazing views of Sri Giriraj Govardhan. As we all know, as Vaishnavas, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has clearly told us that Govardhan is non-different from Krishna. Krishna is Govardhan, and Krishna is Govardhan. Govardhan is Krishna, and Govardhan is Krishna's devotee as well. So Govardhan is both Krishna himself and Krishna's devotee also. And Mahaprabhu has clearly told us that because Govardhan is Krishna, we never stamp or we never set our foot over Govardhan. We don't climb on top of Govardhan. We do only the parikrama of Govardhan. And that parikrama, as you can see, the parikrama mark is right here. It's going all the way around. We will see. But because of the use of technology, Krishna has blessed us with this technology which we can use. And we can see the entire Govardhan mountain, which we cannot see if we walk around the parikrama mark. So that's the positive side of technology that we can take and use that to get beautiful vision of this. As you can see, this entire stretch is Govardhan mountain. It's beautiful Govardhan mountain. How amazing it is. Okay, as you watch, as you go through this, as we go through, fly around Govardhan parikrama, we'll also try to come up with one more, bring up one more story or one more pastime of Govardhan Dham. This was during the aspects of Ramayana, when Lord Rama was constructing the bridge along with the help of the monkeys. He was constructing the bridge to cross from India to Lanka so that he could rescue Mother Sita. At one point of time, they were falling short of about 7 koshas. And so everyone was sent to kind of find rocks, massive rocks, which could fit that size. And Hanumanji was flying, and he was just like us flying over Govardhan mountain right now. And he saw this beautiful mountain, and he saw this is exactly around almost 7 koshas. And so I want to just take him, and he tried to lift Govardhan. And we know Pulastya Muni tried to lift Govardhan, right? And Pulastya Muni could not lift Govardhan. Similarly, Hanumanji, although he was best and he was this devotee of the Lord, he tried to lift Govardhan and he just could not lift Govardhan. And he tried to go to the side to lift Govardhan, and Govardhan expanded himself on that side. He tried to go the other side of Govardhan, Govardhan expanded himself on that side. So Hanumanji just could not do it. And then he definitely knew, this, you see, this is a beautiful view of the entire Govardhan, one side of Govardhan. So Hanumanji knew, like, oh, this has to be a devotee of this of Lord Ram, and he humbly prayed to Govardhan Dham and Govardhan Mount Giriraj, and Govardhan ji then told him, oh, then this is, my name is Govardhan, and you cannot lift me from here. I am here for Krishna's pastimes. But then Hanumanji then told him, oh, I am also a servant of Lord Ram, and he is doing this. And he, in a short narration, he gave him the entire Ramayana thing, and he was saying that how Lord Ram is waiting for the final stone to complete the 7 koshas so that the bridge can be completed. And so I want to take you. Then Govardhan agreed right away. Oh my God, I am getting an opportunity to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is my life's achievement. And so he agreed and became light. And Hanumanji lifted him. As soon as Hanumanji lift or about to lift him, and voice from the heaven, the demigods told him that, oh, Hanuman, the bridge is completed now. We do not need the mount. We do not need to the stone. I mean, we do not need such a big mountain right now. So then Hanumanji begged forgiveness from Giriraj, and Giriraj is completely disappointed. And when Hanumanji reported this back to Lord Ram about Giriraj, then Lord Ram told him, yeah, you can still bring him. You can still bring Giriraj here. I will give him a moment's touch, because on the way back, I'm going to go by Pushpaka Viman. That's what we are traveling in. So on the way, I will not be using Govardhan, but at least I will walk over Govardhan if you want. But it will be only for a few moments. But if he's willing to wait till Dwapar Yuga, when I'm going to appear as Krishna, I am going to spend 12 years more, like on every day playing around Govardhan, all around Govardhan. And when Govardhan heard this, he was absolutely happy. And he said that, yes, I will wait. I will wait till Dwapar Yuga, but I would like to get the so much association of Krishna. And that's when Govardhan decided to stay here. And Hanumanji, of course, promised. Actually, I'll stop a little bit here. Hanumanji, Govardhanji said that, I am alone. Can you please give me some company? So it's also said that at this lowermost tip where this parikrama is completing, I hope you guys can see my arrow, where the parikrama is completing and moving in the other direction, is the Pucharika Lota Baba temple. And it's said that Hanumanji himself, as Pucharika Lota Baba, is staying there along with Govardhan, always to give him company. So that's the another beautiful aspect of Sri Giriraj Govardhan. Yes, there's one more little pastime of Giriraj Govardhan as we are going through the area. So as you can see here, again pause. We started off from the top there, Manasi Ganga, and came around this way. There is a village of Anior out here. And this village of Anior, actually when Krishna asked the first time, when the Gopas and the Gopis, Nanda Maharaj was preparing to do puja for Indra, and Krishna stopped them from doing, and he said that, why don't you do puja of Govardhan instead? And they offered all the foods, all the foodstuffs, everything to Govardhan. And then Krishna assumed the form of Govardhan, he accepted all that food. And then he was like, the Gopas had made mountains and lakes of food, mountains of rice and lakes of dal and things like that. Excuse me. And Krishna was eating all of them, and he was so hungry, and he cried out, Anyor, Anyor, meaning I want more, I want more. So this village is named Anyor based on that. And so when Krishna cried, Anyor, Anyor, one of the Gopas brought in tulsi leaf and offered. And Krishna, as soon as he accepted the tulsi leaf, he became completely satisfied. And once he was satisfied, of course, he got back all the food, all the prasadam. It was manifested again, and it was distributed to all the devotees. And Krishna himself, with all the Gopas, went around Govardhan, and that was the first ever parikrama done around Govardhan, which was done by Krishna himself. And as we can see, this is the entire parikrama mark on which this is the Goshala that's there, and this is the parikrama on which we are going. That's the Anyor village where Krishna said, crying, I need more, I need more. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Now, this is Manasi Ganga. Actually, this will be the place where we will start our parikrama. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave this example to us. When he came to Vrindavan and Govardhan Dham, he started Govardhan parikrama by coming here to Manasi Ganga. As you can see here, this is the entire Manasi Ganga. We will talk a little bit about the appearance of Manasi Ganga as well. And it's said that you come here to Manasi Ganga, take your bath here, start the Govardhan parikrama here, go all the way around to Anyor, cross the village of Anyor, cross around Puchirika Lota Baba, then come over to Jatipura, then keep going forward, and then again come to Govardhan town and go up to Radha-Shyam Kund, then cross Kusum Sarovar, and then finally come back to Manasi Ganga, take your bath, and that's when your parikrama is completed. So that's the entire parikrama of Sri Govardhan Dham. Let's see. Okay, this is Radha-Shyam Kund. I will save it for the end. Okay, let's move forward. We have only 10 minutes, right? 10-15 minutes. I'll try to.
Right, Prabhu, yeah. Till 8:30. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I'll just go through quickly. This is Manasi Ganga. As I mentioned, this is the place where this is the temple of Manasi Ganga. Manasi Ganga is another, it's a very, very huge lake right in the middle of Govardhan Dham. And of course, as Govardhan is shrinking, Manasi Ganga is also shrinking in size. So, but what right now you see is itself a nice and big lake. This Manasi Ganga again was manifested by Krishna through his mind. Like when at one point of time when what is that? Yeah, Manasi Ganga, yes. When one demon that Krishna sent was Vatsasura. No, Vatsasura came as an innocent-looking calf. Correct. So Vatsasura, he came like an innocent-looking calf. He transformed again himself into a calf, and he joined Krishna's herd of cows and calves. And he wanted to kill Krishna, but Krishna is the Paramatma in everyone's heart. He knew this is Vatsasura, and then he quickly caught hold of him, and he twirled and twirled and twirled him around like so many times that his life just went out of his mouth. So, and of course, Vatsasura was killed. But at that point of time, the Gopas told Krishna that, oh Krishna, we are cowherds. And even though he's a demon, but he was a calf in the form of the demon in the form of a calf, and you killed a calf. So actually, there is, you have to purify yourself. Krishna is a supreme pure himself. He doesn't need to purify himself. But again, this is a beautiful pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So they tell that you have to go and take bath in the river Ganga to purify yourself. Like Krishna said, I don't need to go anywhere from Vrajadham. Everywhere, everything is present in Vrajadham. So from his mind, Srimati Ganga Devi emanated. And actually it is said that Yamuna Devi, who is the sister of Ganga Devi, and Yamuna Devi is praying that Ganga should also get shelter in Vrindavan Dham. So again, due to that prayer also, Krishna from his mind, he manifested Ganga. And that manifestation is basically Manasi Ganga, which is present as a lake right now in front of us. So that Krishna took bath here, and he said, he was purified himself. So there's another lesson that our acharyas tell, that some demons hide in a similar way. There are simple looking people, but they can be really venomous. So we have to be discriminative and not naive in our affairs. we have to know where to discriminate and take care of our devotional services, devotional life as we move forward. There's another beautiful story of how what happened here. There was a sadhu who was visiting Vrindavan, and he was telling Nanda Baba and all the other Brajavasis about the beautiful pastimes of Ganga Devi, and he told them about a story when Garuda was taking a dead snake, catching a dead snake and flying, and because the snake was so long, a portion of the tip of the snake touched the waters of Ganga, and just because it touched the waters of Ganga, the snake transformed into its 400 spiritual form, and Garuda then put him on his back and carried him to the spiritual world. That is the power of Mother Ganga. And when Nanda Baba and Mother Yashoda heard about these pastimes, they really wanted to go to Ganga and take bath there. Then when Krishna told them, oh, you don't have to go to Ganga, it's all present here. Ganga herself is present here. And he brought them to Manasi Ganga. And in Manasi Ganga, Ganga Devi herself appeared in front of them, riding on her crocodile, and they all got darshan, and they understood that this was Ganga herself who's present here, and they all took bath here. This is the beauty of this Manasi Ganga. And this is where we as Vaishnavas, as devotees, we come here to Govardhan, we take a holy bath here and start our Giriraj parikrama. But this will be a very quick parikrama because we are already running too late. Yes, so the Nauka Vihar pastimes of the Lord also happen here in Giriraj. That's one thing. I will quickly go through. We will not have time to go through as I said, we want to take the parikrama. Next time we come, we will go in deeper into the stories and pastimes of each and every place. There are so many stories. We have just little time. Yeah. So this is Haridev temple. This is another manifestation of Krishna himself, Haridev, as the deity you can see on the right. This temple is present right close to Manasi Ganga, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, after taking bath in Manasi Ganga, he took darshan of Haridev, and then he moved forward in his yatra, his parikrama. After Manasi Ganga, of course, there are many different areas, but we'll visit a few. This is the Govinda Kund. This is the Kund. Okay, let me just make sure I have this. Yes, actually, I forgot one more thing. On Manasi Ganga itself, there is this temple, this Mukharavinda. Mukharavinda is basically called as the lotus mouth of Govardhan, and this is the mouth through which Govardhan accepts all prasadam. So lots and lots of offering are given to Govardhan through Mukharavind. And actually, there are 3 or 4 Mukharavinds around Govardhan where Govardhan accepts. It is said that Govardhan accepts all the bhoga offered to him, and so it is offered in all those places. And Govinda Kund is where Krishna, actually this Kund was made by when Indra came. Indra was he understood his lesson. He came, he brought Akash Ganga waters, and he also had Surabhi Mother Surabhi's milk. With all of that together, he did Abhishekam for Krishna, and he gave the name of Govinda to Krishna right here. So this is that Govinda Kund, which is found in the waters of Akash Ganga and Mother Surabhi's milk. Very, very beautiful and amazing place. And this is a place to pray to. And I was told Madhavendra Puri was also supplied milk by Krishna. Oh, this is a very, very beautiful pastimes. Okay, I'll quickly go through this pastime. Like Madhavendra Puri, who is the grand spiritual master of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Basically, Madhavendra Puri and his disciple was Ishwarapuri, Sri Ishwarapuri, and Sri Ishwarapuri's disciple was Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So it's a grand spiritual master for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Amazing devotee. But he used to go all around Vrindavan just as he didn't have any assistant. He wouldn't do any madhukari, no begging. He would just spend his time with Krishna, and whatever comes to him, he used to eat, and if it doesn't come, he used to fast. In that way, he was spending time here in this place, and because he didn't go out for madhukari and begging, and he didn't want anything. One day, a cowherd boy came to him and told him, "Oh, Baba, I want to give you some milk because some of the ladies here told me that you don't go for begging and you don't eat anything. I came to give you milk because in my place, in our village, nobody should be hungry." And he gave him milk, and Madhavendra Puri was so happy. And he was waiting after he finished the milk. Of course, he was waiting to give the utensil back, but Krishna never came. I mean, that Gopa never came. And in the dream, the Gopa came again to Madhavendra Puri and said, "Oh, Madhavendra Puri, I am the person who came is myself. I am Krishna. I am also as a Gopal deity in this place. I've been kept here because of the hidden from the Mughals. So please excavate me and do worship for me." And then later on, Madhavendra Puri brought up the Gopal deity here, and he worshipped him here. But it's a very, very beautiful thing that Krishna, if somebody doesn't want to eat or doesn't want to ask, but Krishna makes sure that no person goes hungry in Vrajdam. That's another beautiful thing of Govardhan. Okay, there is Navalakund, Apsarakund. I'll quickly go through. Then there is, this is Navalakund. This is the Pucharika Lodababa temple. We don't have time, so I'll just go through. This is the beautiful deity of Pucharika Lodababa, who is still waiting for Krishna to come back. That's another temple. This is the Narsimhadev near temple near Pucharika Lodababa. Vaisheshika Prabhu went to this place and prayed for all of us, and we have a beautiful video about that. It's a nice thing. And this is the parikrama mark where you are going around Govardhan and moving forward. These are the beautiful cows of Brajdam. This is Surabikund, again another beautiful pastime. This is Mukharavind in Jatipura. We can go through this again sometime. And finally, we come to Shamakund and Radhakund. This is the most ecstatic, excellent places of us, and that's where this is. If you see, this entire thing is Shamakund, and this entire thing is Radhakund. And one of the Vrajvasis I heard is say that, "Oh, why is this Radhakund so nice and square, and Shamakund is so, it's not even in one particular shape?" And someone said that Radharani is simple and straight, therefore her kund is also straight. Krishna is not at all simple. He's Tribhanga form. He's complex boy, and therefore all of his kund is all complex like that. Just another pastime, but we will get darshan of Sri Radhakund and Shamakund. We can pray. This is the most holiest of all holy places. And as Sri Rupa Goswami Prabhupada tells us in the Nectar of Instruction, that of all places, Vrindavan is special. Vrindavan's the most is Govardhan, and in Govardhan the most is Radhakund. And this is the place where Radhakund and Shamakund. Again, there is story on how this appeared. We don't have time, but this is the beautiful Radhakund and Shamakund. This entire thing, taking obeisances, paying obeisances to this beautiful Radhakund, Shamakund, and sincerely praying, we can aspire to get devotion. And the mood of, or the preparing for Karthik is to understand that all of these places, all of these pastimes exist. And if we can continue to somehow strengthen in this month of Karthik, increase our services in some way, anything, we could chant more, or we could do some kind of austerity, do any devotional service a bit more, then what we get is a lot more. And this is a beautiful aerial view of Radhakund and Shamakund before we get ready to fly back to America. So I hope you all have a good view, and sincerely pray to Shri Radhakund and Shri Shamakund. I will have to stop that. Yeah. And then there are more beautiful videos. I just want to show a quick one. See if this one is visible. Of our dear Vaishnavi Prabhu, who is doing in one of his Govardhan parikramas, sincerely like chanting and going through this beautiful land of Sri Govardhan. We're very thankful to Mukhanand Prabhu, who has captured this beautiful video for all of us who can. And with that, we can try to meditate on this and go through the parikrama every day with Vaishnavi Prabhu and other wonderful devotees, and try to sincerely take shelter of Sri Vrindavan and Sri Govardhan Dham, and maybe make our Karthik even more better and stronger. There is Sri Vrindavan and Govardhan Dham, and I was told here there is a dog which followed along with them, and they went with them for a long distance. There are these monkeys, beautiful. Sri Govardhan Dham ki jai, Sri Vrindavan Dham ki jai, Sri Prabhupada ki jai. So with that, we went from ISV all the way to Vrindavan. Hopefully we had good darshan of Vrindavan, and now we have to come back to our place but we can keep Vrindavan in our hearts, and we can continue to sincerely pray, and then basically prepare for Karthik. By doing some extra, any way extra we can do our sadhana, and basically, any devotional service, like the 5 limbs of devotional service, we can do anything a little bit more, maybe read a bit more, chant a bit more, serve a bit more, visit the holy places if we can. If we can, you go to Vrindavan. If in this way, if this has inspired anyone to visit Vrindavan, then we can think our attempt is successful. Or even if it has inspired us to remain here and keep Vrindavan in our hearts, that is also then successful. So with that said, there was another song, but we don't have the time for the song. And I'm very grateful to lots of people who are actually lots of wonderful devotees who did all of this, these videos. It's nothing belongs to me. I just took it from many of the wonderful devotees who have done it. I'm just sharing what was already done by the other devotees. Nothing is to my credit here. So thank you all very much for your time, and all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Wonderful, very amazing. It is this today's lecture was different, and it was really amazing.
Thank you.
Anyone who sees your video will immediately cut a ticket for Vrindavan.
Oh, great. Thank you. That is.
I think Momita Mataji is saying if you have the link to the Chintamani Dham, that the
Song? Oh yeah. Yes.
You can paste it in the chat, so you can.
Yes, just give me 1 second. I'm just going to do that right now. Yes, that's a very, very beautiful song.
Yeah.
Vrindavan and Ramestan, right?
Yeah. The first, that one,
Yeah, just see. Yeah, this is the video. Yes. Should I? Sorry. So, yeah, that's the video.
So, Momita Mataji, did you get the video?
Oh, okay. That, the one. Okay, yeah, that one.
The one which you did not play due to time constraint. Okay, the last one. Okay. Jai Radhe, Jai Krishna.
Oh yeah, that's this. This is a beautiful one. This is another beautiful song, Jai Radha, Jai Krishna, Jai Vrindavan, and amazingly sung by this devotee.
Okay, thank you everyone. Sri Kumar Prabhu ki.
Sorry, I was on mute. Sorry. Yes.
Okay, Sri Kumar Prabhu ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Prabhu, for the wonderful video.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Especially Srila Prabhu ji ki jai. Thank you. Hari Bol.
Okay.
Have a wonderful Karthik month.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhu. So we'll close the session now. Thank you everyone who joined the Wednesday session.